Okay, please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Deputy down. Call the meeting to order at 6 p.m. Can I get a roll call, please?
Michael Cashman.
Present.
Thomas Wood. Absent. Barbara Hebert.
Here.
Charles Costick.
Here.
Dina Isabella. Is absent. James Coffey.
Here.
And I am present.
Is there anyone seeking to provide public comment this evening? Seeing none, we will advance to the supervisor's report. I do just want to take a moment to touch on the public forum that was designed for property owners and businesses and agencies at the former Plattsburgh Airport. This week we had a really good showing for that event. Obviously we've been putting out a bunch of different material over the last month or so, just building off of that. Continue to be engaged with Senator Schumer's office, Senator Gillibrand's office, Congresswoman Stefanik's office about finding financial solutions to dealing with some of the failing legacy infrastructure out there, and want to give specific kudos and appreciation to Gary Douglas, our North Country Chamber president, who I've been in lots of conversation with. And also want to thank our highway department for their work. I know Lock Brothers is at the point where they've been doing a lot of the moving of earth and changing the infrastructure, but Greg and Jason obviously continue to be very involved with that project, along with Scott and Trevor and Jess. So it's all hands on deck. I want to thank my two colleagues as well for being there. And the reason that I'm spending a little time on this, want to just remind people that there are three specific things that we are calling attention to. One is that we are seeking an opportunity to have a engineering team from the Air Force Base assigned to work with us, and or to have the federal government assign us some resources that we can work with our engineering team. The other is to identify funds within the bipartisan infrastructure bill, see if there's any resources there. And then the third, to some degree, comes from the idea of what we had successfully done at the state with the mausoleum as a perpetual care structure, where we could have funds identified not just for the town of Plattsburgh, but for individual host communities that had a former military base that is no longer here, for perpetual care fund for legacy infrastructure, whether it be Plattsburgh, Griffith, etc., but to have that identified in the defense bill. So we're having ongoing conversations with our federal partners, and but the call to action too is to work in a coalition with these businesses and the agencies and property owners. There's other infrastructure issues that are going on beyond just our roadways and our sidewalks. We had one business, for example, share with us that on their site where their business is, there's another sinkhole. And so, again, this ties back into the larger idea of that this infrastructure isn't just in the roadways and the sidewalks. It's some of these businesses took over old buildings, and that infrastructure is failing, dating back to the Cold War. So just some updates. I'm going to be working with Jess to be putting out a landing page on our website with some updates. It won't be updated every week, but just trying to, again, keep it in the public eye and some updates. So more on that as we proceed. Next is, we do not have a meeting next week. It is a fifth Thursday. So by need, tonight's meeting will be a hybrid of sorts. So we will begin for consideration some resolutions before us. Resolution 191, the license to conduct and operate a place of public amusement within the town of Plattsburgh, the circus.
Whereas the town clerk has received an application with fee for a license to conduct and operate a place of public amusement within the town of Plattsburgh for the Hannaford Circus, and whereas upon the applicant receiving the issuance of a New York State certificate of inspection by the code enforcement officer indicating full compliance, and it will be submitted to the town clerk's office, Therefore be it resolved that after review of the certificate of insurance stating the town of Plattsburgh is additionally insured, the town clerk is hereby authorized to issue said license for the period from Friday, September 6th of 2024 through Sunday, September 8th of 2024. Be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the codes enforcement officer.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second.
Costick, is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution carries. Thank you. Resolution 193, Recreation Program Contract of Services for Fall 2024. Did I call that
Are we
right?
missing one?
Where?
193?
192?
Obsolete.
192?
Obsolete. Disposal of obsolete equipment.
Yeah, I apologize.
That's okay.
Problem is all mine have extra carry-ons and
Yeah.
they get stuck. 191, License to Conduct and Operate.
192.
192 is right at the bottom.
There we go. Yep, 192, Disposal of Obsolete Equipment, thank you.
Whereas it has been determined that the equipment listed below is obsolete and no longer needed, the Parks and Recreation Department of 2010 Dodge Caravan with the VIN number as stated here, and the Water Wastewater Department of 2 bagger systems as stated here. Whereas the equipment will be put out for bid through Auctions International for the proper disposal. Therefore be it resolved that the town board does hereby authorize the sale of said equipment, and it is further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, is there a second?
Seconded.
Keeper, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution carries. Thank you. All right, let's try this again. 193, Recreation Program Contract of Services for Fall of 2024.
Whereas Parks and Recreation utilizes instructional services for programs in the town of Plattsburgh, and whereas the Youth Services and Recreation Director recommends contract services for program and said persons get a W-9, therefore be it resolved that the fall program contracts for Roxanne Palmer, Renee Hall, and Patty Husband are as detailed here. Resolved that the supervisor is authorized to sign all necessary documents for these short-term contract services.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution carries. Resolution 194, Salt Purchase Order for 2024-2025.
Resolved to receive and place on file a letter dated August 19th of 2024 from Greg Brunel, Highway Superintendent, requesting permission to purchase 2,800 tons of road salt for use by the town of Plattsburgh Highway Department through the Clinton County contract from Compass Minerals in the amount of $239,372. It is further resolved that the town board does hereby grant permission to Greg Brunel to order said salt, and the supervisor is hereby authorized to sign any related documents required for said purchase. It is further resolved that payment for said purchase be made payable from the 2024-2025 highway budget accounts as stated here, and be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager and highway superintendent.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second.
Costick, any discussion? The only thing I'll say is this is just another indication of what is coming, folks. I hate to tell you in that time of year. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution carries. Resolution 195, request to attend the New York Upstate Chapter of the APA Conference.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh Planning and Community Development Department staff are required to maintain professional training and development, and whereas it is in the best interest of the town planning and community development department to update technical knowledge and new regulation information regarding comprehensive planning, zoning, complete streets, solar energy, case law, subdivision, and site plan reviews. Now therefore be it resolved that Trevor Cole and Jessica Kogut be allowed to attend the New York Upstate Chapter American Planning Association Annual Conference held on October 9th through the 11th of 2024 in Ithaca, New York. It is further resolved that $676 for lodging, $242 for meals, and $498 for registration be charged to the Planning and Community Development Budget account number as stated here. It is further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager and Planning and Community Development Department head.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second.
Costick, is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution carries. Resolution. I can already keep them in the draft. Yep. So that's the conclusion of the resolutions. There's draft materials for minutes and monthly reports. Is there anyone seeking to provide any committee reports?
I just wanted to introduce that our town clerk, who's also serving in a leadership role. She's one of the district directors for the New York State Association of Town Clerks. Will be going to, I'm saying this right, Solarian? Okay. For some regional training, and it will be on the Shelter Standards Act, its impact on shelters and rescues. I think is appropriate, Michael, given some the news that we've received regarding the Elmer SVCA. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, just wanted to say that.
And I would say water, wastewater, just so everybody's kind of up to speed with it. Scott had a group over at the new well last Thursday, so testing equipment, getting ready to online. They've run some water through, getting it very close to the point where they're going to start pushing some water into the system from that well. So it's going to be a big addition. And also along that line, he did have the hydrogeologist up. Just so everybody knows, the new well goes online, we're not going to stop there. We're already taking a look at the wells 6 and 7 to possibly expand or reopen another well or find another area for additional wells. So that's going to be a continual process as the town continues to grow and expand. We want to make sure that we have the capacity to supply.
Well, I think it speaks widely to that philosophy that we have with Everstructure. It's both those three things: health and safety, sustainability,
Yep.
and economic development. So,
Absolutely.
so having the alternative paths for it is good. All right. Anyone else? Going once, going twice. All right, we'll close this thing up tonight at 6:10 p.m. Please drive safely, everyone. Okay, and we'll let you into your office.
Appreciate that.
I do appreciate that.